48 players, 3 days, 54 holes medal, where every shot matters.
The ultimate test of golf on the Duckhook Tour. But what matters most, it's the best golf tour you'll go on.
Welcome to the 2020 Duckhook Classic.
Hosted by Highland's Gate. That promo says everything we need to say. 48 players, 3 days medal, every shot counts. It's finally here. 2 days to the main event, 1 day to the practice round. Welcome everybody, here we are. The day has arrived, or the week has arrived. How's everyone? We've got Fats, Ryan, 2019 reigning champion, Martinez, and the playoff runner-up, Donnie. It's only fitting that you boys are on with us. And everybody watching online, thank you for joining us. Okay, you guys, how are you? Are you be excited? Are we packed?
Very excited. Very
right, boys.
The week is here. We've waited a long time for this. We've actually postponed the Classic. It would have been in August. The guys have been excited since the beginning of the year, so it's finally here, yeah.
And I think it would be glad to know Classic will always be happening at Highland Gate, because that's just the place we want to be. Let's say hello to the boys who's watching and also eager. JP, I bet you can't wait. That is your first tour. Paul Ricketts, as always, part of the clan. Darian Fourie, he's ready to go. Evening chaps coming up on Thursday. Quibus, thank you for watching. Is it Wednesday yet? Almost. It's almost Wednesday. Hang in there. Tion, sitting next to Martinez. Can you put your hand in?
No, he actually went to the other room.
Okay, and so many others. Earval, Billy, Joey, Ryan. Ryan, I must put you because apparently you're excited. Yes. Michael Roberts. Robert Michael, sorry. Cornell, everybody, ready. Here we go. So, what do we have to say? What are we going to cover today? We're going to cover what's happening on tour, a bit of the itinerary, some featured holes, Team Maz, Team Fats, what time we're teeing off. But let's reminisce just for a second. Just for a second, because if you didn't know what Duckhook is about, and this doesn't bring a tear to your eye, there's something wrong.
What road is this? It's pure metal. Pure metal. Then we go back to the that one? Yeah,
like a job.
Yeah. Okay, boys. Who's gonna call?
Donnie. No, Donnie.
Okay.
Reigning champion.
Let's go on.
Come. Reigning champion. You can call.
Okay, we'll make divot heads. Blank is tails. Yeah. Okay. Heads. Tails.
Okay.
You want to teal first or?
No, I'll teal first. Get it over.
Very nice.
Great drive. Yeah, shot.
Good shot, Donnie. What did you eat in there?
8 on.
8 on. You're on the green, dancing.
Pressures on it.
Pressures on him.
Imagine that went in.
Yes, that was awesome.
Yes, that was unbelievable.
Dennis, walking down here, that must have been your best shot of your life.
Yes, that was.
Yes, you have stuck it to within 1 foot of the flag. How does it feel?
Jeez, my stomach is not with me currently.
It doesn't
but
matter.
I mean, it's been fun. It's been a lucky day.
My...
Yes, that was awesome.
tell me the feelings right now.
No, I can't describe the feelings right now. Jesus, it's more excitement than anything else. My heart is racing. I mean, look at all these guys here cheering. No, thank you. What a day. Thank you, thank you.
Can't wait.
Legendary.
If we get anything close to a finish like that, I'll be very happy. Very, very happy. And thanks to the cameraman, Dorian and Corbus, who helped to cover that epic moment. Gentlemen, before we move on, we have to find out, and you've got to explain to the guys watching what it's like to be in a situation like that. Because who knows, any one of the guys could be in that situation come the end of day 3. Who wants to start? Champ?
Go, Martinez.
Okay, so I mean, when I finished on 18, Kobus came to me and he's like, listen, you clubhouse champ. And I'm like, no, but not a chance. And then we saw Donnie finishing, and basically it went to the playoff. And I mean, then there was a debate about, okay, so I gain a stroke, but Donnie is playing off scratch. And we're like, no. We make this pure medal, and then we just play it shot by shot. And then, yeah, to pull a 4-iron, hit it in the fairway, 8-iron, and stuck it close like that. Yeah, like I said before, best 8-iron I've ever struck, so not going to do that soon. But yeah, what a moment and what a day.
Tell me quickly before you go, Donnie, when you hit that 8-iron, before you even looked up, did you know? Was it that good?
Martinez.
No, not really. I mean, when I hit the shot, I was more focused about keeping my hands warm. And when I hit the shot, I saw it starting to fade, and I'm like, oh, don't go to the water. And then everyone started at the back, like silently with the cheer. And then all of a sudden, when it hit the green, and everyone was like, oh, like, okay, no, that must have been close. And then all pressure basically came off my shoulders, and I was like happy chappy.
Brilliant. Donnie, you had won the Classic the year before. You got yourself into a playoff. Talk us through your final hole.
Yeah, obviously it's like I hit the green on the 18 for 2, and that stage, I think there was just a small issue with the scoring, but I thought it was good enough a 2-putt, to take it, and then obviously, finishing the hole, then there's like we got to the playoff hole, and the thing that, how can I say, it's like the guys don't see it. It's like, it's nerve-wracking. It was technically like the first playoff match that I had. So, it looks like you're very calm, cool, and collective, but then obviously it's like it's almost like a duck on a pond, with the feet pedaling 100 miles per hour, but you're trying to look at cool stuff. So, and then obviously it's like, you go through the motions, it's like Ryan with the coin toss, and you're standing there, it's like, and you're calling and everything. And, I had a good tee shot there. The second shot was a little bit, short of the green, sort of like front right. But, when Martinez hit that shot and you start hearing the crowd there, it's like, okay, listen, it's close. And, that putt, I had to give it a go. You can't leave that short. And,
that you did, yeah.
Yeah, so... and yet again, it was so close. It's like, he could have made that birdie with his eyes closed. So, no, it was a good shot for him there, and it's like it's a well-deserved champion.
Well, if I can just add one thing in there, there was a cameraman there on that video clip that just said that he's just hit it to a foot. I feel like that's a falsie. I know it's a year later, but I feel like a lot of people...
Yeah, we can call that.
No, but I mean, if I can butt in here quickly, I mean, kudos to Donnie. He was the previous champion, and to come and defend it like that in a playoff, well done to him. That was a great day. Yeah, off scratch. Well done to Donnie.
I would say that's definitely one of my memories that will last for a long time. It was that sort of last 10 minutes, and yeah, it was good.
Good memories now.
Well, we're reminiscing is done. Hopefully we have plenty more to reminisce in the review show once we finish the Classic. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of things. First of all, before we get into itinerary, so how many ranking points are up for grabs, Mr. Fats?
Plenty. No, obviously, as we discussed on the group, we've decided to up it a little bit. So we're going to make it the same as the majors for the winner. And then I've tweaked the sheet a little bit just to give a little bit more ranking points to each player as well. I just think we deserve it. It's 48 players. It's 3 days medal. If you come top 10, you deserve to get decent ranking points. So as you can see on the screen there, we got 850 for the winner, and top 10. I think 10th now is on 170, so that's a lot of ranking points.
I think it was up to 13th or 14th. You get to 100, which is fantastic,
Yes.
especially for the average.
Oh, that's great.
So
that's awesome.
let us, as we talk about itinerary, I'm going to show you the starting hole that everybody will have to tee off from, and remember. You tee off from day 2 and 3. If you're at the bottom of the leaderboard, you're going to tee off first, and you're going to have a lot of people watching. So this is what you're encountered with, the first. So let's talk about the itinerary, Fats. What happens when we get there on Thursday?
Right, so obviously day 1, the first guys are off at, I think, 9:50. So we're going to meet at the driving range, everybody, at 9:30. To take a group photo, and then we're just going to run through some of the local course rules and then the Duckhook rules for the classic as well. Just some nitty-gritty stuff, things that guys sometimes do argue over a little bit during a round. So we just want to clear those things up before we start. Just looking at this first hole, for the newbies, you might get on the first tee box and think, wow, this course is wide. That is definitely the widest fairway on the golf course. So don't think if you hit that fairway, you're going to have a good round.
Yeah, it does get a bit more complicated. Okay, so everybody's up. So what is the first and main thing to remember? It's 2 formats. The main format, it's each man for themselves, right? But to make it more interesting, we have Fats versus Maz. So let's just remind everybody of what the teams are. So let's have a look at Team Fats quickly and how the team competition is going to work over the 3 days.
Right, so this is the winning team for the tour. I love to see that on screen. I got a strong team. I love my picks. So this year we're doing it a little differently, as we said before. We're going to work on combined stable fit points over the 3 days. Of course, we're going to have a winner of every day 1, day 2, and day 3, and then we'll have the overall winner between Fats and Maz after the 3 days.
Correct. So it's the amount of points. So I think we worked out if you're scoring. If everybody scores 36 points, that's almost about 700 and something odd. Okay, so that is kind of the benchmark each day for a team. So at the end of the tournament, there's going to be 2,100, 200 odd points, and then we'll crown the winner. Fats, these are your vice captains. If you have not remembered, these are your sergeants.
I would never forget, Maz. For a reason. Both in great form at this stage, playing really well. And then I'd just like to add, guys, on the day or during tour, if you have any questions and myself or Maz are not available, you can go to our vice captains any day. We do discuss all the tour rules and itineraries and everything with them. So if there's any questions, you can just approach them as well.
100%. That's why we have nominated them. Let me go through my team quickly. Can I rattle off the names? We've got Nico Ritz, Trevor Miller, Cornel Erasmus, Neville Kurz, his first tour, Nick Cantel, his first tour, Leon Oosthuizen in his first tour, Louis Gerber as well, Leon van Aarde, Pranay Pandey, Lyle Langley, Mr. GQ is there, Ronnie. There's so many new boys here. It's mainly new guys. It's unbelievable. I'm very impressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. No, 5. You get 6. There's 6 in my team that are 7 that are new. They're old.
Lucky is new. Ryan is new.
Yeah, crazy.
Dion is new.
Dion is new. So we've got a couple.
We've got something to prove.
Yeah.
So if you don't know who my vice captains are, Martinez is my vice captain and Ryan Jensen is my vice captain. As Fats said, if we're not available and we're running around, please ask these gentlemen and they can help you. Okay, so what happens day 1? We've teamed each other up. So let's have a look at day 1. Where do you tee off? Well, we're starting at 9:50 at a 10-minute interval. So first off for Team Maz is Flicky, Barnard, and Nico Ritz, taking on you, Ryan, and JP. And as we're not going to go through the entire list, but there's everybody. This will be, everybody knows when they're teeing off. So good luck to see how day 1 goes and who's going to get the bragging rights. Right.
Maz, can I just add something there quickly? As you can see, 9:50 is the first tee off. So it's really important that everybody on tour is at the driving range before 9:30, so we can start at 9:30 with the photo and the rules quickly. because then we only got 20 minutes before the first guys tee off. So please, guys, be on time, and we can get the tour going.
100%. I've got Louis Jensen asking, are the daily results going to be posted every day? You bet.
Yes.
Every day the results will be there. There will be comments. So you stick to Facebook and you'll know exactly what's happening with the Classic Tour. We'll really up our game in the coverage of the Classic. Okay, Ryan, you were trying to say something earlier and you got cut off?
I was just going to ask you, you mentioned that it's the Team Fats Maz thing the whole week. Does that mean that no matter what the sort of positions are, you're still going to team 2 Maz guys against 2 Fats guys every day?
Not at all.
No. That's why we do it on Stableford points.
So
even if there's 14 Maz or 14 Fats players playing together, it's still Stableford points at the end of the day. So it's not match play.
So it's just day one for the match play thing, and then the rest of the week it's just see who has
even day one is not match play. You can have a little internal, but it's about the Stableford points at the end of the day.
You see, day one we had to pair people either way, so we've paired them like that to get it started.
Yes.
But day 2 and 3, it's totally leaderboard. You go to the bottom, 48 tees off first, 47 tees off second, and so on and so on.
100%.
Right, let us go through the featured hole. Now, some of you remember, myself, that's Paul Ricketts, and Simon went up about 2 weeks ago. We went with a purpose, and this is to entertain you and show you what it is all about. So, first up is Paul Ricketts, and his featured hole, which is a par 3 third.
How's it, guys? So this is my featured hole at Highland Gate. It's the par 3 third, stroke 8, 155 meters across the canyon there. Got to remember the green looks very small here, guys, but it's actually very long. It's a easier shot than you think if you can get it over. Last year, day 1 5, day 2 off the tips, which is a whole different ball game, was par, and then a birdie on day 3 to finish. Actually a very lovely, pretty hole, and a good scoring one.
Tough hole. People can go missing. You've got to get it over that gorge.
Yes, I think it's actually a little bit more intimidating when you stand on the tee box. Once you get to the green, you see there's loads of space in and around the green, over the green, left of the green, right of the green. As long as you're not short, you'll be in good play. Just want to add as well, Paul, great hole as your featured hole. Like I said, it can be intimidating, especially when you're off the tips. I think last year we had it as well, with wind from the front. You got to go 4 iron, 3 iron almost on that tee box. So it's a really great hole, great par 3.
I think the tip would be, if you're not sure, hit it further, because that green is long and you don't see all of it. So just take an extra club if you're not sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, agree.
Go for it, Donnie.
Sorry, go on. I wanted to say, it's like those trees, those green trees on the right hand side. It's like if you hit it sort of over or to the right of that, just take a wedge in with you, because that's very rocky there, and you might find some unwelcoming friends there that might want to do you some harm.
Watch out for the snake-os. Watch out.
Yeah. It's definitely a money ball hole. That's it. If you can just try and get yourself somewhere on or just around the green, you're fine. Like, it's not that bad.
Not
I
that
think I spoke
bad.
to a few guys as well. If you over the 3 rounds walk away with a 4 on that hole every day, you're 1 or 2 shots ahead of the field.
Yeah, that's money. Agree.
And don't forget, there's 5 par 5s and 5 par 3s, so it makes the layout even more interesting. So if you can play well, these holes especially, you have a good chance. Okay, then I had to show this little flyover, because this is the signature hole of Highland Gate.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, it's an absolutely beautiful hole.
No, stop it.
To me, it's not really the stroke 2. It's not a difficult tee shot. If you hit it well, you'll have 140, 130 into the green, even less. But also, if you know the hole, you know everything slopes from right to left. So your approach shot to the green, I mean, Maze, you can vouch for it today. We played there. 3 of you guys pitched just sort of the green right, and it rolled quite close to the hole.
Yep.
Pitch it on the green, you might have a little longer putt. So yeah, if you know the hole, it's really not that difficult.
Okay, let's go to my featured hole, the 9th, while Ryan sorts his dog out. I have a good reason for choosing the 9th, and this is what it is. Well, for my featured hole here at Highland Gate, I couldn't look past the par 4 9th hole. It's a stroke 4, 140 odd meters, so it's really gettable. But why can't I look past it? Well, the 2019 playoff hole between Donnie and Martinez. What an exciting hole. The whole crowd was standing behind the green as Martinez came in to win it. after a great approach. So this is going to be my featured hole. Not a difficult hole, just find the fairway and you got a short iron into the flag. Well, I say not a difficult hole. It's not one of my holes that I generally find a fairway. But yes, I think once you stand on that hole, it's spectacular views once again. How would we go about this hole, gentlemen?
So, I mean, I would say it's a hole where you draw a long iron. It's either a 4 or 5 iron for some players, and then you hit it down in the middle. I mean, the tree is a little bit too far on the right, so you don't want to go there. Just left of that big tree on the right, and then you've got a short iron in. It's either 8 iron or 9 iron, depending on how far you hit your long irons. Even some players will even hit a wedge. I mean, if you're daring enough, you can either hit a wood or a driver, and you may be close to the green. But the safe play there is day one, hit an iron off the tee box and have a wedge or a short iron in. Day two, it might play. Well, it is definitely going to play a little bit longer. So I would say I would still go with an iron. But if you're confident with your woods, then go with your woods. And play it like that.
No, don't do driver. I don't think it's really worth the risk on that hole. I would have to agree with Martinez here. Of the club tees, you would want to hit a 200, 210 meter shot off the tee box and leave yourself 140, 150 into the green. It's not worth going for it, in my opinion. I mean, you got a lot of crap behind the hole, right of the hole, and then you got the water left. So yeah, like I said, in my opinion, I don't think it's worth the risk going for that green.
Unless you're totally out of contention.
Maybe 3-wood or hybrid, and you still have an 8 iron in the green.
If you're out of contention, maybe pull it.
I would say, I agree with you. That's obviously 100%. It's not worth the risk. But, on the day, through 8 holes, if your driver's working and you're on the club tees there, you need sort of a 250 type carry, and you can catch the slope that runs around to the green. It does catch the ball there and push it left towards the green. So if you're trusting it, I don't think it's a bad sort of shot to play, but you can sort of catch a nice bounce and you can sort of save a shot there or make a shot. But again,
good luck with that, right?
Come actually playing on the day. And if you're hitting it well and you're trusting the shape on the driver to sort of play a little baby draw away from the water, it's not a bad option. But safe play on the hole.
Try that in the practice round.
Yes, practice round.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on. Then we got Simon Mayer, whose featured hole is the 12th. Now this is a drivable hole, but it has to go so straight, because if you're a little wayward left or right, you could be in big trouble.
Right, gents, this is my featured hole at Highland Gate for the tour. It's the 12th. It's a short little par 4. You're teeing elevated tee. You got about 230 to the sloot on the right and about 298 to the flag. Risk and reward: if you play a nice little 6 iron, you're down and you're going to have a wedge on, or you can have a go with a driver or 3-wood depending on the wind. But you've got a lot of problems left if you do that. So all good.
Well, there it is, Donnie. Well, how are you going to do it?
Yeah. Well, yet again, it's like that elevation brings in such a big play. So for the longer hitters, if you pull out driver, you face the risk of either hitting it long, you can hit it left on the mountain, and also you see that stream on the left, on the right hand side also coming into play. So, for me, the easiest play there is hit a long iron, like a 3, 4, 5 iron down there, and you've got anything from a wedge to a sandwich in there. And you just try and avoid a big number, because you can really get a big number on that hole if you miscue your drive.
If you just get it down the mountain, like in my practice round, I hit a very fatty 4, and I still only had an 8 iron left, but the wind was howling. But Andre Buerto is coming on to and has a comment. It makes a very good point. There's big numbers on that hole because the green is tricky. The green is tricky. Drove the green, walked off with a 4 putt. It can happen. Easily.
I mean, last year I think it's only Terence that drove the green on day 1 and he made an eagle. I can't remember of anyone that drove the green thereafter.
Yeah. It bounced off the mountain. He didn't actually drive it straight onto the green.
That was actually
good. Very lucky.
He used course conditions.
Yeah.
Now, everybody knows the stroke one, or if you don't know the stroke one, it's the stroke one for a reason. And this was our featured hole in our Duckhook 18 series. So this is a bit of a look at it and see how narrow the green is, and then we'll discuss how we're going to take it on. The Duckhook 18 featured hole, here we are, the stroke one at Highland Gate. Finally, Fats, looking forward to this one.
Absolutely.
That little fairway there, that little fairway, that's it.
And the wind picked up, which is lovely for the stroke one. It's going to be an interesting hole. I think most of us want to go 3-wood and hope for the best. Just lay up. There's no chance of going for it in 2. Maz, what's your plan?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Okay,
you
we're back.
can go. Yeah.
That's was saying, while we were playing that, he says, look at all the space on the left of the green. Yes, there might be, but you've got to get there first. You've got to get there first.
Off air, yeah, we were talking about it. But if you go 3-wood off the tee box and you're quite close to that narrowing of the fairway, you got about 240 to the green. If you're confident with a long iron or a hybrid or a 3-wood, there's so much space left of the green just to have a little chip on. So to me, it's worth the risk going for it in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got the length. You've got the length of the green to work with as well. Depending,
Yeah.
I mean, really matter with.
Shapes that way as well with a little frame.
And the fringes are really smooth. So even if you're not confident with a short wedge, you can put it up onto the green. It's not
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, and then for the short tee, it's a long par 5, so it's a 3-stroke par 5. So 4-iron fairway, 5-iron, and then you've got a short iron into the green. That's how we would play it.
I honestly think you need to be 200 max off the tee box just to find a safe second to get a third. So just keep that in consideration, that you can't really just, if you hit it short or if you don't catch it, then you still got that narrowing of the fairway to negotiate. Now this is a problem I often have, is that I don't get far enough, and then when I hit my second, I'm in trouble there. I was actually speaking to Donnie today. I was saying, maybe it's just better to bash a driver as far as possible. If it does go off, I drop there and I'm close enough to go up and still make a 6, take 2 points, and I'm out. There's many ways to play this hole. Many ways.
Oh, man, just to add to that, I think of the club tees, your perfect shot would be between 190 and 230 to leave yourself a decent layup shot. Like Martina said, 4-iron, 5-iron, and you're there, and with a wedge, you're on the green. Even if you 3-putt, it's still 2 points.
Yeah.
For some, not
play
right,
to your
for some.
handicap. Finally, we got one more featured hole, and this was your favorite hole, Fats. Here it is.
How's it, Fats here? This is time for my featured hole, and like most guys know, I really love hole number 16 at Highland Gate. There's a few reasons for it. To me, it's the best looking hole, as you can see. With a big drop over there, green there, difficult tee shot. It's quite intimidating to get over the ravine, especially if there's wind from the front. And today we're into the wind. Tee box is a little bit back right next to the yellow tees, so it's going to be high.
And while doing that, we couldn't hear Fats either. The wind was absolutely howling, just howling. So hopefully it doesn't howl as much as it does over the 3 days on that practice round. Okay.
So
pretty
basically
straightforward.
what I
Just
said at the end
get it over the
there, I
gorge.
think, Maz, sorry.
Say
Yeah,
again?
basically what I said at the end there, the wind was howling from the front. So usually it's like a hybrid or a 3-wood, because you got about 270 to 80 to the bunkers there. But with the wind from the front, and you guys would know as well, you can bash a driver there, you won't get to the bunkers. So that was definitely a driver hole that day. And we were actually quite close to the yellow tees. I think we were about 3 or 4 meters in front of the only.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's too difficult. It's just you've got to carry it and hit it straight without a fade.
Yeah, and if the wind is coming off the left, you're in trouble because it just grabs it and sends it hard.
It does.
Okay.
They got a friendly drop zone there, so not too worried.
Let us
listen, day 3 only.
Let us quickly take you to the team challenge, because we set up a little precursor. So there was 2 of us, me and Paul from Team Maz, taking on Fats and Simon, and this is how it transpired, and then we were almost done. Okay, we're out here at Highlands Gate. We thought we'd get the team challenge sorted. We've got 2 Team Fats, we've got 2 Team Maz. So Paul is my partner. We're going to show them today. We're going to show them how we're going to go forward in the actual classic and beat them, hey Paulie? Looking forward to today?
Looking forward to it, Luke. Beautiful day, great course, good company, but we're going to smash Team Fats.
First of all, we're at Highland Gate.
Yes, yeah. We're a different venue.
It's a different venue.
And we'll just let the golf talk. We don't need a year rep for like 10 minutes. So we'll let the score reflect what actually happened.
Yeah, we're not cocky like Team Maz. At least I can see my ball.
What's the score?
1-up to Team Fats.
Sorry,
Keep missing the putts, but we had 2 good putts and we made 2 good pars, so we're back to all square. Good par, partner.
Yeah, very good hole for us there. Easy.
1-up, Team Naz. Guess which hole we're on, chaps? The pretty one. We got the flag surrounded. Great second shots by everybody. Everybody got a birdie putt. Well done, boys.
And that's the birdie, back to all square.
That's a hell of a birdie on the 4th.
Yeah, quite chuffed at that, worked out quite nicely. So let's see if we can keep it going.
Here's an update of our Fats vs Maz. The Team Fats are in the bush there, looking for a few balls, and we're sitting pretty on the fairway. Paul, give us an update of the game.
Well, we just got back to all square after myself and Maz nearly chipped in on the par 3. So now on the all square, but we're in the middle of the fairway.
One up.
Yep, we'll go with the 1-up now.
Damn it. I'm not too sure. Could be, couldn't. Tell us what's happening. We're on the 12th.
Right, we're on Simon's featured hole. I've been hitting my driver nicely today, so I'm thinking of giving it a go. Looks like about 298 to the flag, downhill, so it probably plays at about 280 or 270. A little bit of wind from the right in the front, so if anything, just come up short.
Bash it.
Bash it, let's go.
Get in there. Looks like bunker's right. State of the game.
Okay, so we are 1 down again now. Paul made a nice birdie on the par 3, but Paul is in the bushes twice on the stroke 1.
Quick update for y'all. We just played the 16th. We won the 16th. We are now 2 up with 2 to play. Can't lose.
There's a birdie.
Hashtag Team Maz.
Team Maz getting off in the top corner,
What
yeah?
about that finish? 2 birdies. And we still managed to lose it.
Yeah.
Because you stroke on the last hole.
We're trying to win it, so I put the camera away. Otherwise, I would have been a mess. But well done. It was a great
Fair
game.
enough, fair enough.
We'll just put it out there that there's definitely a bit of redemption that needs to happen on the tour. And Fats, we're going to definitely have a go for it. I've had Fricky in my ear the last couple of events about how him and Nico are going to teach me and JP a lesson. So hopefully we can turn that into a big falsie.
Ryan?
That is noted in the little black book.
Yeah. And we're going to just have to go out there and play clever and play strong and play hard and keep him hopefully on the back foot, not the front foot like he's been in the last few events.
Yeah, well,
I
then
don't
Team
like Team Maz winning little social events and so on. It's the main event that counts.
Yeah, exactly.
Boys are
like day 1 when you take on Team Backer with Ruby.
That's an easy game.
Yeah, easy.
Daniel, what do you want
We'll
to say?
see what happens in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
Everybody, here's the
Hopefully
pins quickly.
Celebratory fat strings.
Here's the pins quickly. Day 1. Is this coming? Here we go. Closest in 2, par 4 second. That should be interesting. That could be very close. Par 3 third is the first par 3. And par 3 13th. So just remember the guys going on first need to put the pins, the boards out, and the guys coming back need to bring them back. Otherwise, you'll get a bit of a stuffed up if you forget. Let's go to day 2, par 3 7th. We're mixing them up. Par 4 12th is going to be the closest in 2. That should be very interesting. I wonder if we can get a closest in 1. Par 3 15th is the other par 3. Then we get to the all-important day 3. And hopefully everybody is on top form by this point. And day 3, par 3 third. Back again, because we have to have that twice. Par 4 16th, another little short one. And then the par 3 17th will feature as the final. close to the pin of the 2020 Classic. Now, if you're wanting to know what are the favorites, who's on top of the board, well, I did this earlier today, and I've basically taken this from form over the last few days, or few events, should we say, and this is how it works out. So if you lost, I apologize. I think 1 or 2 might be a bit better than I had him, but this is how it looks finally. We have number 1, Frikkie Barnard, 8-1 as favorite, with all the form coming into the Classic after winning the Masters at CCJ Rocklands. Then Ruben Swart. I don't know if he knows how to finish out of the top 10. I think he's forgotten how to play bad golf. Donnie, you've got to be there, 10-1. Luki Janssen with his form. Paul Ricketts, he could have been second, but you know, he's right up there. As well.
No, we don't want to put him second.
I think Andre Boert has got a great chance with his steady golf. Randall Chetty also very, very steady. Then Ewald also great in the Thursday League, right up there. Cornell, another steady golfer over 3 rounds. The way I'm thinking about is who can survive 3 rounds medal most. And that's why these guys are up here, because they're more consistent. Louis Gerber, Fats, you 12-1. Nico Roots, 14-1. Tian Becker, very steady. I think he could do it. I've come into a bit of form. Hopefully I can take it through over the 3 days. 16-1. Ryan Jensen, 16-1. Simon Mather, 16-1. Peter Prinsloo is just behind us with Graham de Villiers. Carl Jarks joining us. I'm sure he is over the moon to meet up with all his friends. Kevin Ho.
He sends me a message almost every day. He's really excited.
Yeah. Martinez, you're the reigning champion. Unfortunately, you're not at the top of the boards because you are struggling a bit.
That's fine.
A point to prove. Leonard Nell, Richard Holman, Ryan Esmond also struggling a little bit. So you're there in the middle of the field. You can do it.
Happy.
Owen Kenny, Leon Oosthuizen, Basil Wright. Only because you pretty much need to shoot. Gee, Fats, we worked this out. Off his handicap, he needs to go low, low, low. So it's going to be.
No, he's got to go about 4 or 5 under over the 3 days, which is not impossible. But yeah, like we said, it's a 3-day casual event, to put it lightly. So yeah, he might struggle to keep his concentration for 3 days.
Then finally, Lyle Langley, Billy Hall, Ronnie Volhert, Dorian Ferree, you at 30-1, Quibus Skuman 30-1, Russell Tandy 32, Aldo, JP, Henry Hall. Now we get to the guys at the back of the field: Karuna, Nicky Valentgoed, Carl van der Meulen, Jeff May, Neville Kurtz, Trevor Miller. Pranay, you're not last this time because you had a good finish at the Masters, so I bumped you up a little bit. Heinrich Ferree, Chad Rose, Robert Michael, you coming towards the back end, Leon van Arda struggling, and Nick Cantel 100-1. Somebody had to be last, and you have got that prize. So, if Nick Cantel comes last in the tour, we got that right at least. That's it! Are we there yet? Are we there yet? That's all I want to know.
Almost.
Got to jump in the shower, pack my stuff, and
One event tomorrow, and then I'm in Dahlstrom, so I'm excited.
Thank you, everybody. Who is breaking things in whose house?
No, that's my dog outside. He wants to come in.
All right.
Keep your dog on a leash, Donnie.
Once again, thank you to everybody who's watching. Frikkie Barnard, boys, I can't be favourite. Yeah, you say that every time. Like I said yesterday, show you shoot +3 and you go, I had a terrible round. Whatever. Everybody will take a +3. That's it. I'm going to say goodbye. And I'm going to play this once again.
Thanks, Maz.
Let's just remind you, there will be live scoring every day. There will be one for the practice round. Day 1, 2, and 3. So keep updated. You'll find it on Facebook. You'll find it on the website. You cannot miss. This is going to be epic. Bring it on.
48 players, 3 days, 54 holes medal, where every shot matters.
The ultimate test of golf on the Duckhook Tour. But what matters most, it's the best golf tour you'll go on.
Welcome to the 2020 Duckhook Classic.
Hosted by Highland Gate.